What is going on, guys? I'm Tubby, and we're talking today about superstars in the WWE who don't have a gimmick. And the reason we're talking about them is because, it is that time of the year, for future endeavors and people to get fired. And I was thinking about this the other day. Obviously, like back in the day, there was a lot better storylines, and not just because of the Attitude Era and Blood and all these other matches that were going on. The wrestlers just had a better personality. There was more, excitement back in the day. And the reason for it was because a lot of these superstars, such as like Chris Jericho, came up with their own gimmicks and worked with them. Most of the guys now, they don't do anything, And I think there was an interview, I can't remember exactly where I saw it on one of the wrestling sites, that just said, they see people bitching all the time about their gimmicks, but the superstars aren't charismatic enough to pull off half the gimmicks they want for them. Last year, Alex Riley, who's, on screen right now, was pairing with The Miz. And The Miz was an egotistical, maniac who was champion and, did a lot of stuff to keep the title. And that went over pretty well, in my opinion. But now that Alex Riley isn't with The Miz, he doesn't really have a gimmick. He goes A-Rye and say it to my face, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge A-Rye fan. Always have been, probably always will be. But they don't have a gimmick. I mean, you can only be the guy that comes out and people cheer for so long. I mean, if you don't have something going on for you, you're not going to have a good career in the WWE, and chances are you're going to get future endeavored. The Hart Dynasty, when they were a tag team, they were great. They were a tag team. You pull apart that tag team, and, when they were on themselves, Tyson Kidd floated around and didn't have a gimmick forever. What did he do? He basically went through 5 different managers to try to find something that would make it stick. Nothing happened. You got Justin Gabriel now, who Justin Gabriel gets a somewhat decent pop. He had a short run for the Intercontinental title against Cody Rhodes, but, it was never actually going to happen. But what kind of gimmick can you give these guys? It's not like The Rock or Chris Jericho or Triple H or, Stone Cold, where Stone Cold can be that badass that flips everybody off and drinks beer. Honestly, who on the roster could do that? Could you imagine Justin Gabriel running around being this BA and doing all this stuff? No, you don't, because the superstars in the WWE right now can't pull that off. As much as I want to say it's WWE's fault, I just don't think they're signing guys that can pull it off. They go after a lot of guys, like Vince said, and it's been, stories for a long time about how the WWE likes built guys. They like big macho guys, like Batista. When Batista was big, you have Mason Ryan. All those guys like Chris Masters that had the look of a superstar but didn't have the in-ring ability. Even if you don't have the in-ring ability, at least you can have a gimmick. And a lot of these guys just don't have gimmicks. There's nothing, you can really see. There's all these guys that are floating around. Santino, they're kind of matching the Lynn gimmick, where he's this huge underdog and yet he continues to win somehow. It just happens, whether it's ring distractions, all this other stuff. Daniel Bryan does the same thing. They have gimmicks, but all these small guys that are, floundering and not doing anything in the WWE, they don't have gimmicks. So, guys, I want to know from you. Just pick 1 or 2 superstars that aren't getting a push right now, and give me a realistic opinion in your mind what their gimmick could be. Could Alex Riley, you have Alberto Del Rio, who, they gave him the gimmick of being a rich guy with cars, and, he pulls it off pretty well because people hate him as a heel. Well, who are 2 guys in the WWE right now? Give me your opinion, what their gimmick could be, and how they could be successful in the WWE, guys. My name is Tubby. Thank you very much for watching. If you could do me a favor and hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. Tubby out.